Years ago, I read that we can't know life or love life with a parent's heart. I believe that this maxim is stating an essential truth, namely, that regardless of what our fathers and mothers impart to us when we're children, each of us is on a personal, private, sacred adventure through life, and that ultimately we come to our outlooks and our values over time, following our own individual encounters and experiences. We can't know or love life with a parent's heart. I once shared this saying with a young person I knew, and his reply caught me off guard. With some bewilderment and a touch of irritation, he replied by saying, "But we're supposed to honor our fathers and mothers." Clearly, he was confused and frustrated by what he heard as mixed signals, would-be pearls of wisdom that appeared to be at odds, and as far as he was concerned, simply canceled each other out. As we grow and mature, we must reckon not only with our parents' instruction, but also with the additional streams of self-proclaimed sage advice that flow toward the little human works in progress we call children, from teachers, clergy, authors, coaches, scout leaders, and a variety of self-appointed mentors. Consider how "look before you leap" and "he who hesitates is lost" slam up against one another. Similarly, a stitch in time saves 9 clashes with "time waits for no man." "Good things come to those who wait" is countered by "seize the day" and "opportunity only knocks once." Slow and steady may win the race, yet we're told that the early bird catches the worm. Should we let go and let God and serenely accept the things we cannot change? Or should we follow the declaration that says, "Don't go down without a fight"? It occurs to me that there is a place for all of these observations, gleaned as they are from actual individual experiences. Maybe several truths can occupy the same landscape. The spiritual command to honor our parents is, in my view, complemented, not contradicted, by the assertion that we can neither know nor love life with a parent's heart. Certainly, as we undertake our unique journeys towards spiritual growth and fulfillment, we ought to be mindful of the precious lessons of our mothers and fathers, but resolve never to let their lives and experiences, their philosophies and ideologies, be substitutes for our own, hard-earned as they often are. That is precisely how we show reverence and respect for them. By questioning and by challenging, by pondering and processing, we are not so much flying in the face of tradition as we are acknowledging it, refining it, and enlivening it. Here's an example of advice from my own father. When I was a boy, he said to me, "Never volunteer." It made sense for him, a World War II Army infantryman serving for 3 years on explosive European battlefields, who learned that to volunteer meant to get saddled with latrine duty or the tedium of peeling 1,000 potatoes, or far worse, to be assigned to the front line, where a soldier risked life and limb by being the first to receive enemy fire. His words, "never volunteer," were intended to be helpful and protective. And thank you, Dad, for that. Still, Nevertheless, long ago, I decided to view volunteering as something very different, very positive, very precious. Needless to say, my expedition through life has taught me the enormous value and worth of volunteer work. I myself have tasted its joys and reaped its rewards for decades, having been elected president of a religious congregation, serving as the legislative chair of a large humane society, participating in the unifying work of an interfaith coalition, and helping out at a wildlife rehabilitation center. And I've been galvanized and motivated by the selfless gifts of others around me for even longer. When I consider those who are volunteers, I don't see people who are exploited or oppressed, weary from a forced march and senselessly toiling without compensation. On the contrary, when I observe a group of volunteers, I see in faces both familiar and new a radiance, a tenacity, and a treasure trove of warmth and strength that leave me deeply honored that I share this planet with them. I gratefully recognize the countless ways in which civilization's beloved volunteers have distinguished themselves by their service. They come from different backgrounds, their roles are extremely diverse, and their projects and activities are jaw-droppingly varied. But there is an important common denominator among their pursuits. Uniquely and endearingly, every volunteer has helped to make even the roughest roads just a little smoother for those they encounter on the voyage that we all share. Can you recall the last time you helped a stranger? Are you able to remember a time when you received significant assistance from someone you didn't personally know? Is there an organization or a cause with which you wish to align your time, trouble, energy, and effort? Are you willing to take the first step and ask how you might contribute in a way that would be meaningful and mutually beneficial? How fortunate we would be if, in the words of someone very wise, we could bring to our undertakings truth of spirit, honor of body, clarity of mind, and blessing of mouth, both in public and in private. We welcome support for our worthy endeavors. We seek to sustain our vitality and replenish our energies. We strive to work, to play, and to care in a manner that will nurture us and encourage others, that will invigorate us and comfort others, that will ennoble us and inspire others. We hope to connect in a healthy manner with light and life and love, and we long to be stirred from our ease and moved daily to acts of courage, justice, and compassion. May you in life treat each other kindly.